Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to another reading, another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look into the December 2025 prediction for Jungkook's future spouse. For the one, let's just jump right into it. We're gonna take a look into the energy first of all. Let's see about that. The first card we have is a protected by angels. It said, you are cherished by the angel. I love saying that. So there's a lot of like, in a sense, you're gonna be okay, you know? So a lot of reinsurance here, the feeling for her for this December. We also have cleansing waters. It looks like it's going to be a very sweet ending, you know, like full cycle for her. It's that purification activates vibrant life force, and also we have view from the above. Get the big picture. Yeah, so this is kind of like the conclusion type of month, you know, when you're doing a task or a project and you're just like, okay, everything is done, and now what lesson do we take from all of this? What type of life that we had created, what type of life that I had lived. Bottom of deck, we had blessings are showering your life. Yes, so it's all about just kind of gratitude and thankfulness, I would say, for the life, for everything that has happened. So it's not particularly challenges or like even busy, crazy type of month. I feel like this is the type of month where it's just going to be a nice cherry on top, you know, where everything is finally making sense and finally everything is just had its full cycle, and you start to see life from a different angle, and you've seen how much you've grown over the last few months, over the last year, how much you've so much of your personality has sharpened, some of the things has gone, some of your feelings has changed, the transformation of it all, the cycle of life that has somewhat has its own, you know, up and down, and then somewhat it has changed. So that is the energy we have here. It's all about kind of, I feel like there's a lot of compassion, also seeing things with compassion, you know, when you're starting to kind of understand why certain things happen. So to say, maybe it's not always the happiest or the easiest year for her, but I think there are also many things that she's kind of thankful that those things happen in her life, even though it's not particularly easily understood at first at times, but eventually it all makes sense. Eventually it all, you know, how it's supposed to be, it is what it is. So that's the energy. Let's take a look into what do we have here, just kind of the highlight of December for her. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Okay, so definitely do kind of sense this direction coming. It's kind of, you know, the kind of question when you're about to create conclusion, by the end you're also with your own conclusion of how things are coming to the full cycle. You start also this pattern of like self-blame, especially if you're not producing something that you want to produce. You start to blame yourself for the things that didn't work out. You start to offer yourself many kind of resonance, many kind of peace of mind that maybe I did what I had to do, and maybe I did my best, you know, regardless. We have second card, the Knight of Cups, as you can see. Bottom of deck also we have a Four of Wands, and I think this is all stem and coming from the thoughts of like the foreseeable future, or the kind of future that she had expect or she had planned at the very beginning of the year. So I think it's more kind of just the, you know, measurement. That's what I see here, when you start to measure towards how you were at the very beginning of the year. So I think she's just going to be in this form of mindset where she's going to sit down with her feelings and just like, oh man, I didn't, like, you know, like it's actually so far from what I had expected, and I definitely can push better, but can I actually, you know, push and do better? Like, can I actually, like, I talk big, you know, but like, you know, it is like, is there any eventual outcome coming from this? Is there any actual stuff that I get out from all of this? So it's just kind of the back and forth mental, in her internal dialogue, you know, with herself, whereas like, it looks like with the Knight of Cups too, you know, Knight of Cups is a very idealistic knight. So they are doing the journey. Knight's all about journey. So they're doing the journey, they're doing the life, you know, do life in general with certain expectations that I would be feeling fulfilled by the end of the day. I would be feeling like I've done what I could, and I've done anything that, you know, the energy has to offer. Like, I've done all of my list. But I feel like turns out there are some more that she left behind, that she forgot, or maybe she gave up in the midst of it, and I think she started to kind of like, oh god damn it, you know, I wish I could have done a bit more than that. So a little bit of that feeling here generally. But let's take a look into what do we have in store for love and romance. First of all, we're gonna pull like 3 to 4 cards. We're gonna just see. We have 9 of Water in here. Yeah, 9 of Water is the 9 of Swords again. Oh no, Nine of Water, actually Nine of Cups. Okay, newer deck, so took a bit of time to get used to it. That's why she's so happy. You know, Nine of Swords, not so happy card. So Nine of Cups for love and romance. I feel like, remember I did mention about fulfillment. There is a potential, a room for somewhat forgiveness, and it's kind of like fulfillment that she gets from here. So regardless whether she's going to break up or get with someone, 10 of Air indicates the endings, you know, of new beginning perhaps, or like the beginning of an end of a sort. The feeling when you're just, okay, I've done my work, I've done my time, I've done the jail time, you know, like I've done what I did what I could, and I've gave everything I had and even more, that kind of energy. And if this is the kind of outcome that I get, I will accept it anyway. So that's what we have. Yeah, exactly as I mentioned, the Hanged Man. This is when we have the Hanged Man force, is the kind of a little bit of a pullback, stagnation that you start to have, you know, a reflection that you start to have to yourself, that without this type of perspective that she needs, she will not be able to move forward. So let's see one more. Yeah, the Sun card. That I love this message that we got. So I think love and romance is going to be some type of just a little bit of a back and forth between would've, could've, should've, and it is what it is, you know. So I think eventually she's going to feel so fulfilled and happy and perhaps proud of herself, because we have the Nine of Water, right? Nine of Cups. So there is some type of fulfillment that from the good and the bad, there is good. Eventually it all worked out well for me. There's that. But also I feel like this December is going to indicate some sort of ending. So I think she will let go of something. It could be a family pattern, it could be a location, you know, like hometown, or it could be a place she lives right now, or even partnership and actual romance sense. And also with the Hanged Man. So Hanged Man all about sacrifices, and we have the Sun. So it indicates that for every door that you close, there will always going to be a newer door that open up for you. For every type of failure that you have, a new win is going to await for you. But the challenge is to let go. The challenge is to get past it. The challenge is to, this quote of I mentioned it some time ago in this channel about a reading too, that sometimes you have to give up the life that you plan for, the life that has to wait for you. So sometimes things has abrupt, you know, like universe has a very funny way of kind of you know, redirect our path in a sense. So I think this is what she will have, that eventually, yeah, at the very least I did my best, you know. So there's a lot of that feeling. I'm suspicious now. Let's take a look into 10 of Air. Let's clarify the 10 of Swords, please. Yeah, the Fool. New beginning. It's a new beginning. Open up its door for her. A new reality, perhaps. So it could be a new job offer. Oh, but we're talking about partnership. So a new partner, also a new love interest, or a new dynamic, new friendship, a new people, new cycle. That's what I see. Because it has to happen when we have like the Hanged Man. Like, it's a force of nature. You have to take that. You have to rewind. You have to take the steps. So that's what we have. Let's take a look further into the career and financial here. We have Temperance. Okay, managing. I would say when we have the Temperance, it's not exactly like the big win or the big lose. It's about harmony. As you can see, like the Temperance is all about arts as well, you know, art and beauty. So that's why we have like a lot of song note in here, as if like she's trying to play like a violin. So I feel like she's there's a bit of that feeling like I'm just riding the wave, you know, I'm just riding the wave. So whatever she had going on career, I think it will just kind of continuously happen. But what's important is that she got it under control. See the World card in here. So it could be that she's on an annual leave, and I feel like it's more kind of like following the schedule type of feeling, where like it's what it should be, you know, it's what it should be. It's the time for that. So the only explanation I can get is like maybe this is an actual break, you know, that is taking place when it comes to work. And we have the Hermit. Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit taking a step back. As you can see, we got a lot of books on the Hermit. Hermit is all about inner soul searching. And split the deck, we also have the Star in here. Makes sense. So preparing herself for the embodiment, you know, of her next self, in a sense of, okay, that is too poetic to say. The Temperance, the World, and the Hermit. So that is all about the kind of resolvement that you accept what is in front of you. I love that, you know, for her. At the center here on energetic, we have all about purification and cleansing. So it's kind of reflecting what we do have on the cards. Like, it's not without its challenge, it's not without its happiness, but by the end, it's all worth it. By the end, it's all making sense. By the end, this is the life that I have. By the end, I'm grateful with the life that I have. So it's almost kind of giving me that energy very strongly. You know, she's like, I think, like I said before, it's kind of more the energy of just riding the waves and be very grateful with the wave that she had. And she just, again, do the best with what she can do. So I don't see a lot of like excels when it comes to the career. Like I said, I don't see like promotion or something crazy, but I feel like it's kind of a little bit like, she doesn't have a lot going on a career. Like I said, it's all about conclusion. It's a big matter, but you don't really exactly need a lot of work for conclusion. So that's what we have. Let's take a look into what's the challenges here. What's the challenge? For the challenge, we have the Four of Pentacles. Do not hold tightly. That's why Four of Pentacles and the Hangman doesn't really go hand to hand, side by side, because the Hangman is all about sacrifices and letting go and a change of perspective, a change of point of view. But the Four of Pentacles is all about holding too tightly, possessiveness, and maybe like doing too much sometimes. So I think the challenge in here lies in knowing which rhythm that she had to go with. That sometimes it's not the time to really hold tight. Sometimes it's better to just, if it gets too tight, sometimes you just have to let go. That kind of energy. Impulsiveness, I think that's what mostly she will have to deal with here. Obviously, we have that in career. So I think anything that has to do with her job and financial is going to open up the opportunity for her to learn how to balance up a lot of stuff here. And the Six of Swords, yeah, to move past that, because remember, we do have the Fool by the end of the day awaits for her. Like I said, you had to give up the life that you planned for the life that has waiting for you. So I think this is all about kind of just following life's rhythm. That's the way the challenge lies from, because as we see also in the very beginning, her biggest anxiety even came from the comparison that she had for the expectation that she has about the life that she wanted, right, compared to the life that she actually received in return. And I guess the biggest challenge also lies in here on kind of having resolvement after all in the midst of it, even though it's not what she always wanted, it's not what she always expected, but by the end it's what she wanted. So the challenge lies in just emotional regulation, that, you know, like God gave you the best right now. I know you can't really see it, you know, but like some stuff are just, you don't need to know everything. So that's what we have here. Let's take a look into the outcome, conclusion, lesson. Go slow, take time. That makes sense, you know, to, like I said, not rushing, impulsiveness, as I mentioned before. So that's mainly where the lessons and outcome that she will have to learn around this December. We also have the uncovering treasure. It said, beneath the surface lies great bounty. That there's price. You know, there is and also we have here, release control. It's very important to release control. We have that over and over again. Just let it pass. You don't know exactly what you will have. You know, it's not even about that, you know, if you let go of something or someone, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be for you. No, it's not based on any belief or stuff. It's just that time to just let it pass, you know? Not that you give up on that idea, but just like let it happen. Ride the waves. That's the energy I get. And after that, I think she will uncover a prize or some kind of inner peace or an actual victory that awaits for her. Just let it pass. Let it happen. So that's what we have here. And that would be all. If you'd like to see about your December prediction, link in the description. And do remember, this is only a prediction, so take it with a grain of salt. And have a very lovely day. Until next time.